In this video, I want to give you a closer look at this action camera bicycle mount. Now, there's a lot that you can do with this mount, so I'm going to try to touch on all the different ways that you can use this in this video. And then I'm going to also explain why I decided to go with this mount and then just kind of give my opinions after riding with it for one ride and testing out a bunch of different angles. So this has basically three main parts to it. It has this sort of selfie extendo rod thing that you can pull out and get a pretty good distance out from you when you're filming. And then it's got these two mounting brackets here. So it's got this slightly longer one, and then it's got this shorter one down here at the bottom. And there's a lot of different ways that you can configure these two different mounts to get different angles on the bike. And that's why they're two different lengths as well. So in addition, on the bottom here, it's got this removable ball, which you'll notice that these mounts here use a ball and socket style to kind of, you can loosen this up and adjust the angle. So you could put this on the bottom, take this part off, unscrew it enough to where this will then clamp onto here, so you can create some even more angles for yourself. So there's really a million and one ways that you can use this. We'll show some of the ways that we used it in this video. Obviously, you'll see some of the B-roll that we got when we were on our little gravel adventure the other day. But there's literally so many ways that I'm thinking about all the time that I could use this for different video ideas that I'm doing. So it's a really versatile mount. I really think you could even get away with using this as a tripod. So if you were gonna just buy one thing to mount your action camera to, I feel like this would be a really great option. Again, it's not going to be as smooth as maybe a chesty wood or one of the head mounted things for an action camera would be. However, this is super versatile. You could clamp this onto maybe a pole and use it as a tripod. You could clamp it onto different vehicles or different things around your house and use it as a tripod. So it's a little bit more than just a bike mount. So the main reason we got this is to use for our gravel adventures. We do go mountain biking as well, obviously, if you're familiar with our mountain bike adventures, but we kind of figured something like this would be a little difficult to use on a mountain bike because this clamps directly to the bike. And if you're familiar with action cameras, even though they have built-in stabilization, when it's attached to a fixed object like a bicycle, the amount of chatter that you get when you go mountain biking is going to still rattle the camera a lot. So having something like this for gravel rides kind of makes a little bit more sense. But if you're going on any like extreme terrain where you're going to be bouncing up and down a lot, having something like this that attaches to the bike itself just really isn't going to be the best option. And that's no fault of the mount itself. That's just kind of how physics work. So until action cameras have literal built-in gimbals, you're going to get a little bit of chatter with this. So that's why we decided to use this for mostly gravel adventures. We did do a little bit of some like bumpy riding though, so we'll put the footage in the video so you can see the bumpiest sections that we rode through and see how this mount performs. I was really surprised to see how stable this whole unit actually is once you extend the poles the entire way out. Oftentimes with these selfie sticks, they can be a little bit bouncy and not quite as taut, just because the tolerances on the telescoping aspect of it just aren't super tight together, so it can get a little bit wonky. But I find this to be pretty steady and pretty stiff, and when you actually lock it into place, it seems to stay in place really good as well, which I really like. Sometimes these can kind of get loose when you're, going over small bumps, and then the whole stick itself just kind of closes into itself. And I didn't really find that to be the case with this. Whenever we would mount our GoPro to it, it just stayed in place, which was really nice. And these ball and socket joints here, the balls themselves actually are kind of like rubbery, soft plastic. So when you tighten this clamp down on it, it really holds them in place. And I also really like that these orange bits here are sort of, again, kind of soft plasticky material, so they don't scratch the bike and they hold in place really nicely as well. So this thing does take up a good bit of space. You could fit this in a backpack. It does have a bit of weight to it. There wasn't an exact weight on the product page, so I'm not sure how much it weighs, but it is made of aluminum, so it's relatively lightweight. I like that it comes with the GoPro attachment up here at the top, and it comes with the screw as well. So that's pretty cool, and you can take it off and it's just like a standard cold shoe mount. So you could put like a iPhone on here, you could put an actual camera on here. Wouldn't recommend doing that while riding your bike, but you can attach other things to the top here. that maybe wouldn't work with a traditional action camera mount. Overall, the finish and the design of this I think is really intelligent. Again, I really like that these are 2 different lengths. I like that you can kind of configure this in a million different ways. And yeah, it's just a super versatile piece of equipment that you can use to film your bike adventures and just get a lot of really, really cool angles. So I'll definitely be using this for any sort of vlog style videos that we make when we're on rail trails or gravel trails or anything like that. We're planning a bike packing adventure soon on our main channel, so we'll probably be using this to film some of those cool action shots. And so the last thing I just want to say is if you got something out of this video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe. We're making new videos all the time on this channel, so you won't want to miss them. They're going to be all sorts of like bike, camping, and hiking reviews. So a little bit different than what we do on our main channel, which is all mountain bike stuff. So definitely subscribe here so you don't miss that. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.